my worthy knight, I'm so glad that you got my request for your presence. I do appreciate that you arrived as such. Was the coast cleared? Were you followed? Good, come here. Oh, I've waited a long time for that. You have no idea. Am I okay? Spending an entire weekend with potential suitors, and the only one interesting was discussing the history of dragons? Don't get me wrong. It was a very enlightening discussion. I was actually surprised that there were in dragon hordes, and why they were in there. Well, according to his research, some dragons actually feed off gems and jewels. Others use it as a means to sleep. I know, he seemed like a cool guy. The two of us knew, however, there was nothing between us. We did come up with a peace treaty between our two kingdoms. Well, the short time we talked, he mentioned that there was a dragon girl that caught his attention. I mentioned that there was a knight in shining armor who caught mine, and the two of us talked about both of you. He was a super chill guy, too. Sadly, too many people thought he was a girl. I was shocked at first. Hey, he was surprisingly feminine. The dragon girl that he was talking about apparently made the same mistake. Well, long story short, the dragon kidnapped him thinking that he was the princess. I couldn't help but laugh a little, but I immediately apologized. He simply stated, "No need to apologize, my dear, for if it wasn't for the mistake, I would have never met the love of my life." Ugh, the other suitors. I wish I forgot about them. Well, after the prince, it was all downhill for there. Actually, it was more like skydiving off a cliff. Some were boring, some were hideously ugly, or as my mom would say, have a great personality, and then there was those who just gave me the creeps. Ooh, those guys rubbed me in the wrong way. Well, remember that time that there was a beautiful maiden that everyone fought over? You were the only one to see through her act, and turned out you were right. I remember that when you found out she was a witch, she yelled at you, "Curses, how did you figure me out?" And with your straight, stoic face, you simply said, "You were too nice." I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It was just the look on her face was so priceless. She went to green to white in an instant. Yeah, so these guys tried to... Well, let's just say, there is more than one reason why I made a treaty with the prince. Well, it's just better in saying that nothing happened, due to the fact of the prince's quick thinking. Surprisingly, he was rather strong. I managed to arm wrestle him once. No, actually, he won. Yeah, apparently he is rather strong. I demanded a rematch, because of course I did, and he beat me. You really think I asked for more than one rematch? Ugh, the dude beat me 20 times. I know! I could at least get a one from you every once in a while. He did, however, admire my strength, simply stating, "You're the first woman who could actually hold her own against me for quite some time." Oh. He also wanted to give me this. Well, open it. Is it not to your liking? Okay. Oh, it seems like he gives you his blessing. I figured as much. Also, make sure to protect her. Does he really think I can't hold my own? Okay. I guess losing to him 20 times doesn't help my case. I can, though. What, you're suspiciously quiet all of a sudden. What was his end goal? Like I said, he fancied this dragon girl. To be fair, I would give the blessing to them as well. I mean, it only makes sense. Being a princess, one must also make some diplomatic decisions, one that would make us stronger as a nation. See, you even have to admit how genius it is. Or perhaps it could be because my boyfriend is jealous I'm talking to other suitors. Okay, you should really see your face right now. It is too priceless. You look like a fresh beet. I'm sorry. It's just that I rarely see you embarrassed anymore. I know. Protocol dictates that you remain always at attention, which is why I asked you to come without your armor, so that I can see that cute, scrawny boy I fell in love with years ago. You know, being with you and having you treat me almost as an equal. I said almost. I know you're a stickler for the rules and all. It's just whenever I see you without your armor, I see that young squire again, and I just end up falling in love with you all over again. Hey, it's not cringe. If anything, it's rather wholesome. A princess falling for her knight in shining armor. Minus the armor. I genuinely believe that one day we can be together. Well, White, when I was about to leave, he gave me this. Hey, before you go to jumping conclusions, look at the ring first. See, it has his coat of arms on it. He said should anything happen to my kingdom, or something of that matter, I should show the guards this ring, and they will know that I am a friend and in need of help. He also wanted to give you one. I also returned the favor and did the same for him. What do I hope to get out of these favors? Well, outside of the usual treaties and trades, it would look better when I confessed to you in public. Okay, let's say that, heaven forbid, he becomes king through some fortunate events, and likewise with me. If we both support each other's true loves, then our nations cannot say otherwise. That way, we are free to marry who we desire without baggage or consequence. Not to mention the boost in morals on both sides. So, no need to worry. Who knows, maybe one day you'll meet him and judge him on his character alone. Don't worry, we've got this, and in the end, it all comes down to what is best for our people. Who knows, maybe our future kids will be together with theirs. I know, I shouldn't be thinking too much into the future. It is a great thought, though. If we had a son, I would hope he would be as handsome as you. Huh? If we had a daughter, you'd hope she'd be as cute as me. Sorry, I'm not used to being embarrassed like that. Really? Me being embarrassed was one of the things that made you fall in love with me. Oh, come here. You know, I would wonder what would happen if I did try to see a suitor there. I'm kidding. The only room in my heart is for my one brave knight, and that's you. Okay, and my subjects. I can't help it. I worry about them as if they're my own flesh and blood. Really? You mean it? It's hard to believe that caring for one's subjects makes one's good character of a queen. I guess it just goes to show you. Is that all? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot why I called you here to begin with. Could you stay with me for the night, please? Yes, puppy dog eyes never fail. Don't worry, and if anyone asks, I'll say I wanted my trusty knight to guard me during my sleep. It has for the last ones, although you would be the only one who I was thinking of maybe sleeping together. Hey, you can't blame a princess for trying. Maybe another time? Nice. Well, thank you for staying with me. I do appreciate it. Good night, my love.